Disneyland is the vacation destination for Utah families, but if you don't know what you're doing, the crowds, the lines, the prices, the food can quickly take the experience from fairy tale to nightmare. Now, I don't know if Disney expert is an actual title to put on a resume, but if it was, my next guest has earned it. Say hello to Jena Barber. She's a personal friend of mine and a total pro when it comes to navigating the parks. We've asked her to share a mom's guide to Disney, and I have to say, we took our littles to Disneyland over the summer with my sister and her kids. We had 5 kids under the age of 5, and Jena was like on our text lifeline. You were helping us through that park like nobody's business. How many times have you been to the park?
I've honestly lost track because we've been so many times, but it's over 20, that's for sure.
Over 20.
And I love it.
You have earned your stripes. You are a pro. Here's my question. We hear that Utah takes over Disneyland during UEA, during fall break. Is that a bad time to go?
It's tricky.
You hesitated.
I did hesitate. It is busy.
Yeah.
But you know what? Disneyland is almost always busy. So as long as you are prepared, like mentally, for crowds, you're gonna be just fine.
You've learned a lot along the way. You say your biggest tip, hands down, is just to research, to prepare.
Yes, prepare. One, mentally, for lots of people to be there.
Gear up.
And to research how the park works. Fast passes, max passes, rider swap, all that stuff. Yeah, there's definitely a way to do the park right and a way to do the park wrong.
Are there books you recommend, websites you look to?
Yeah, there is the sweetest little book. It's called The Guide to Disneyland. It's got fun pictures, interactive stuff for little kids to do. Great way for little kids to really research all the fun things that you can do at Disneyland before you even go. And there's the sweetest little book called Little Man of Disneyland.
Okay.
It's about a leprechaun that lived in the orange trees before Disneyland was built.
Cute.
And then Mickey built him a little house inside the park, and it's actually really there. Oh. And it is the funnest adventure to send your kid out to try and find it.
I've never even heard of this.
Yeah.
See, these are the kind of Disney insider secrets that we love to know.
Yeah.
And when I say plan, you plan. This is your itinerary.
It is.
How detailed do you get?
My family, we get really detailed, but you don't have to get as detailed as we do. My daughter and I made this one, a picture one, so that it was super easy for her to know what we were going to do next.
You've mapped out time of day, you've mapped out where you're eating.
Yes.
This is Disney gold.
Yes, it totally is. And to be honest, my itinerary revolves around what we're going to eat.
Yes.
We love the food and the treats at Disneyland, especially right now with all of the Halloween treats. I wanted to plan a trip just to go eat the yummy treats.
Girl after my own heart. So a lot of people, Jena, will say the food is so expensive, that's where my budget's going to go. You say let it go there because the food's so unique.
It is, and you don't all have to get your own individual churro. You can get one churro and share it. But totally plan to eat some of the food there. It's a part of the experience. And if you just always just eat your own food, you are missing out a part of the magical experience.
So get the food, but share it. That's a big tip.
Oh, totally.
Experience the food. What about location, where to stay? Any recommendations on where to stay?
Yes, the closer to the park you can get, the better. There are hotels on site, but they are expensive, and so not everybody can do that. But anywhere right on Harbor, which is right across the street from the opening gates, I would totally recommend. I haven't had a bad experience at any of them, not to say that can't happen.
Sure.
But within walking distance, and I'm talking less than 10-minute walk, because there's nothing worse than carrying a 5-year-old who has fallen asleep 15 minutes, and you are beat at the end of the day.
Yeah, I can tell you've had experience there too. And while we're talking food and hotels, one tip you gave our family, which totally paid off, was to invest in the character breakfast.
Oh, yes.
Again, a little pricey, but gosh, the experience.
You get to meet so many characters.
They're right there, one-on-one.
It's so special.
Yeah.
It really, really is. One thing I do like to do with that is if you're not going to the park that day, go to a character breakfast, so you still have a magical day even if you're not going to the park, because there's plenty of character breakfasts to do outside of right inside of Disneyland.
That kicked it off for us in the best way. Let's talk timing. In your experience and your research, what is the best time of day to get to the park?
Before it opens.
What?
Honestly, before the park even opens is the best time to get there.
How does that work?
You have to get through security, which can sometimes take a long time if you've got a lot of stuff with you, if you're packing a stroller and bags. Get to the gate. The gate opens up 30 minutes, typically, before the rope drops inside. So if you're not at rope drop, you're already late, in my opinion.
You're ready to run once that rope goes down.
Yeah, totally. You can get more done in the first 2 hours of the park than almost the entire day.
Well, what's the first thing you do when that rope drops and your family's heading through those gates? What's the first ride we should go on with timing in mind?
Most people will tell you Peter Pan because it has a really long line, but unless you run to that, you're not getting on it first. You can get all of Fantasyland done while everybody else is still waiting for Peter Pan, their first ride.
Okay.
We like, as a tradition, to go straight to Splash Mountain because nobody does that. They wait till it's hot. And we go on it, and we get to stay on the log until there's a line that forms.
So you ride over and over.
Yeah, you really get to perfect that picture of going down with your family.
I love it.
And you don't get wet because, well, for us, there was only 3 in the log, and I'm all about not getting wet.
Choose your seat.
Because I don't want to get my hair.
Yeah, don't ruin those pretty locks. Okay, should you stay late? Is that worth it to stretch the kiddos out and stay late?
It depends on your family. If you're full of teenagers, probably, because they've like got all the energy to keep going. But little kids, you want to leave that park happy, not in tears, not angry and ornery and want to go home and go to bed.
Right.
So for me, I would always pick rope drop for younger kids, but older kids, they probably can survive.
So gauge your ages.
Yeah.
You're all about embracing the magic, and a lot of families like to get matching T-shirts. Do you go for that?
Yeah, I totally do. Some people have to be like convinced to do that, but there's something about when you go to Disneyland, most people believe in the magic, and they don't really have to be convinced to like believe in it, but they don't want to wear a Mickey shirt or Mickey ears, especially guys. There's something about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But when you're at the park, you're like a little kid.
Go for it.
You're a little kid.
Part of embracing the magic is that pace and that timing. You're paying so much money. This was my husband. He's kind of left brain. He's like, we had paid this much. Let's just squeeze everything out of it. But you recommend taking a break, just soaking it up, especially for those little kids.
Yeah.
Give yourself permission to pause.
Yeah. We pause and we still walk 8 miles a day.
Yeah, true.
My favorite thing to do for taking a break is to hop on the Disneyland train, grab a Mickey pretzel, some cotton candy, and it's a 20-minute ride to go around. You're still entertained while you're on it, but you get to relax, kick up your feet.
And breathe.
Yeah. Some other fantastic things to do is watch shows. People don't even realize how many entertaining shows there are at the park, and it's a fantastic way to teach your kids, like, hey, let's come and watch a show. It's 45 minutes long. Really good way to introduce them to real quality productions.
You pointed me to the Mother's Lounge, which I wasn't even aware was an option. It's amazing.
It is so amazing.
First of all, we went in July, 30 degrees cooler, cold water, everything you need to take care of your baby.
Yeah, you can nurse, you can change diapers, you can buy diapers, you can buy baby food, you can buy a pacifier if you lose one.
Almost out of time, really quickly, souvenirs.
Yeah.
What's your tip on souvenirs?
You don't have to spend an arm and a leg. You can get smashed pennies. They're only 51 cents, and they're super cute. There are usually booths to go get free face paintings. But my favorite thing is to teach my child to look for something happy and positive. And you can thank cast members. You can go to City Hall and write them a thank you note. And that in turn makes it to be more magical the next time you come back because those cast members want to continue to do good things.
I love that. See, I didn't know about that either.
Yeah.
When you publish your book, I'll be first in line to buy it. So get on that, would
Please
you?
do.
Thank you so much. So
Thanks,
much
Brooke.
fun. You made our trip so enjoyable. I know you've helped a lot of other families listening too. Thanks, Jena.